I'm Jasmine Anderson, only in Newsday. Rex Heuermann's guilty plea this week gave families some long-awaited answers, but we also learned some new information as part of his plea agreement. The Massapequa Park man is maintaining that he has no other victims outside of the 8 he admitted to. The agreement states Heuermann will not be charged with any additional crimes related to those 8, but that does not mean he cannot be charged in other killings. You can read more takeaways from this week's guilty plea on our website, Newsday.com. NASA Executive Bruce Blakeman is claiming that NIFA no longer needs to oversee the county's finances.
There is no longer any reason why we should be in a control period and be controlled by NIFA. We are calling on NIFA to basically transfer from being a control authority into an advisory authority.
But that may not be totally true. The head of the Nassau Interim Finance Authority says the board is still needed, and Blakeman has no authority to end its work. Newsday reporter Robert Brodsky explains.
While Nassau County is under a control period, NIFA's board, a 7-member board, has the authority to approve or to reject the county's budget. But the big deal is the board can reject the county's overall budget each year. The Blakeman administration has, as in the past, had issues with the oversight board, which is their members are appointed by Governor Kathy Hochul. To put this all into perspective, County Executive Bruce Blakeman is the expected GOP nominee to run against Governor Kathy Hochul for the governor's seat in November. So clearly this is both about fiscal conditions of Nassau County and about state and local politics.
You can read more about this story on Newsday.com. Some Seaford residents have been forced out of their home after a fire. Heavy flames ripped through this house on Peconic Avenue this morning. No one was hurt, and firefighters stopped the flames from spreading to other homes. The Red Cross is helping the displaced residents. The cause of the fire is under investigation. 3 Long Island hospitals are at risk of reducing services or even closing due to federal Medicaid cuts. According to progressive government watchdog group Public Citizen, Nassau University Medical Center, Mercy Medical Center, and Stony Brook University Hospital are among those at, quote, heightened risk. The Medicaid cuts are imposed by President Trump's tax-cutting budget package, the One Big Beautiful bill that passed last year. Now a quick look at tomorrow's weather. Starting off partly cloudy, but plenty of sunshine for the rest of the day. Highs in the 50s. That's a look at tomorrow's planner. If you're among the many Long Islanders who are finding it harder and harder to make ends meet, the latest inflation report isn't going to make you feel any better. Virginia Huey has a story.
In a week, I probably drive 600 miles. At 600 miles, with the gas price being what it is, it's a strain.
The impact of the Iran war not only fueling pain at the pump, but now it's also showing up in the latest U.S. inflation reading. In March, the CPI for the New York area, which includes Long Island, was up 4% year over year.
That's the highest level we've seen since February of 2025. Gasoline prices are driving up the price of everything else on Long Island. Gasoline prices rose more than 18% year over year in March. That's the highest rate of growth that we've seen in more than 3 years.
Experts say the surge in fuel prices will stretch the budgets of lower to middle income households as it takes a toll on their incomes, making it harder to afford necessities such as food and rent.
It's really depressing, for a lot of people. They're struggling with the gas and food and everything. It's really difficult.
The big question for now is how long will the high oil and gas prices last and whether it will lead to broader, long-lasting inflation.
But it really depends on the war and how long the Strait of Hormuz is closed and how long will it take for the oil production facilities to be rebuilt in the Middle East.
Don Williams said faced with higher prices and uncertainty in the economy, he's cutting back on spending.
There's no way to plan and kind of forecast what's going on right now. So it's just a matter of kind of hunkering down.
For Newsday TV, I'm Virginia Huey.
Virginia, thank you. Newsday has been investigating a surge of ICE arrests on Long Island. According to numbers from the nonprofit Deportation Data Project, ICE crackdowns locally reached a historic high at the start of the year. And as investigative data reporter Anastasia Valiva tells us, the number of arrests keeps growing.
There were 352 ICE arrests on Long Island in January, which is the historic high. After federal agents killed 2 American citizens in Minnesota and amid the widespread protest, the agents withdrew from the state, and so the arrests dipped nationwide and also here on Long Island. But in the first 10 days of March, which is how much we have the data, we've seen 118 arrests on Long Island, which potentially puts the arrests back on track to meet the January high. The share of arrests made on Long Island is growing compared to the rest of the ICE New York City field office. Unauthorized migrants make roughly 15% of the population in the area, but more than half of arrests made in that area were here on Long Island.
Newsday Sports is brought to you by Sun Nation Energy, helping Long Island homes and businesses save with solar for over 20 years.
In sports, these high school athletes are at the top of their game. Jonathan Rubin introduces us to Newsday's all Long Island teams for winter.
The winter season has officially come to a close, and here at Newsday, we crown the top athletes with all Long Island honors. Let's go talk to some players who earned their achievement.
It's a great accomplishment. It means a lot to me that my peers out on the island think this much of me and that I'm able to be here. I'm just grateful.
This is my 15th year wrestling, so I've truly worked all my life for this moment, even if I didn't even know I'd achieve it.
This is awesome. It's somewhere where I never thought I'd be, but you know, all the work that I've put in, it's just me reaping the rewards now. So it feels awesome because all the guys before me and the many after me that are going to be in the same situation here, so it's an honor.
It just feels great. Shows that my hard work has paid off. It's a good way to close the circle, as I am a senior. I'll be gone next year, and so to get this moment and see everybody for the last time, it feels good.
It feels great knowing that my hard work is paying off.
It's a good accomplishment. All the boys worked hard, so it's good to get a little recognition at the end of the year.
When I found out, I was super excited. I mean, it's a big honor, and I've been working really hard this whole season just to get this. You know, I think it's just been an accumulation of like a lot of factors, such as like my team and my teammates too.
For NewsdayTV, I'm Jonathan Rubin.
Feed Me is brought to you by GL Homes, a reputation built on quality and trust since 1976.
Newsday's list of the best burgers on Long Island is here. Food writer Andy Berlin shows us one legendary burger that made the cut in Patchogue.
So I've been eating dozens of burgers to compile Newsday's best burger list. And I got a lot of reader recommendations for this place, Reese's 1900 in Patchogue. Had to admit, it was not on my radar before. So I went and checked it out, and I was completely blown away, but maybe just because I'm a deadhead.
The place has been open for 55 years in this old building that used to be a funeral home. And it's just a really different scene than all of the bars and restaurants and clubs in downtown Patchogue.
A lot of people think the 1900 is the address, but it's really just the time era that Dave wanted the pub to resemble.
Why is this burger so legendary? I think it's really good, but what is it?
I think it's like a Guinness Stout in Ireland. When you come to a place, you just get a vibe, and if you get the vibe, and it just makes everything better.
You just walk in and they're playing Grateful Dead and Steely Dan, and they have these beautiful stained glass windows and all these quirky signs and these menus that are handwritten that are kind of hard to read. Sorry.
It's like a cardinal sin to let the burger sit. This is a blue cheese one that I got last time. The blue cheese is almost like a sauce. It's like that runny, and then there's bacon on it too. Oh, that looks so good.
They get this secret burger blend from their supplier, Chubb's Meat, who grinds it and hand delivers it every morning.
Meat delivery.
And they just shape it into these big, beautiful half-pound patties.
We've always dealt with local
People are always trying to figure out what the blend is, but this one to secrecy.
The way you were cooking it was interesting.
Salamander is what they call it.
And it had like a grill on the bottom, so it was being grilled and salamanded at the same time. You get the texture of the crunch and also the savory juices.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
The burger that you got here, 10 years ago is the same tasting burger you're getting right now.
For Newsday TV, I'm Andy Berlin.
Cheers! Who doesn't love a good burger? Well, let's take a look at your 7-day forecast. Highs in the 70s most of the week. No complaints there. Finally, spring has sprung. That's a look at your 7-day forecast.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Fire Island Ferries.
For more on the stories you've seen today, head over to Newsday.com and click Get More under the Newsday TV video box. I'm Jasmine Anderson. Have a great weekend. More news coming up.
There's more to Long Island than you know when you picture this. Join Macy Egland for a journey through some of the major moments in Long Island's past through the lens of the Newsday archives. Picture This, available now at newsday.com/picture this.